And if you prefer the traits like he's a masculine guy and he's a leader and he's these sorts of things, that's way more important than like you guys liking the same music or TV shows.
Again, that was not my point. Is having a common interest. That wasn't my point. It's having like a similar sense of humor and like
being
having
at the same level.
Yeah, being on the same page about things, being able to like read each other's mind. Like you give them a look and you know what they're thinking because you're thinking a similar thing, you know? It's that type of relationship. And the things that you're listing, I know a dozen dudes that meet that criteria. Good guy, treats me nice, like.
Yep. Wait, keep going with that. So good looking.
Yeah, base attraction. Good looking. Makes a decent income, like whatever.
Why are you listing these things like they're nothing? These are. Hold on. I don't understand this. I don't know what exactly you women are looking for.
I don't know. I don't know.
When you present to me, when women present to me, he's on paper, right? He's everything. He's good looking. He treats me well. Comes from a good family. He's kind. He's generous. He has a good job. He treats me, I think I already said that, he treats me well. What the fuck is missing?
The fairy tale
Pick
moment.
the fucking guy. You guys are crazy. What do you want? You want him to abuse you?
You want me to settle?
You want him to treat you like shit?
I've never been in a toxic relationship.
There's something about women. You guys want a guy who's kind of got a rough edge to him. You guys want a guy who kind of treats you like a dick. I think there's something there. When women can say, on paper, he's everything. He's good looking. He's a good person. Pick the fucking guy then. What is missing? Tell me.
Compatibility.
Imagine if I sat here and said, she's beautiful, she's amazing, she treats me kindly, she's whatever, her looks are everything that I want, she's a virgin, whatever, all the things that men care about. Yeah, men prefer that in women. She's all the great things, but I just didn't feel the vibe, I didn't feel the vibe. That's never gone through my mind. Trust me, the vibe will be there if everything on paper is there. But there's something about women y'all want. There's something like, I don't know if it's dysfunction, no offense, where it's like, I just didn't feel the click. What click? You want him to trigger your like anxious attachment style? Is that what it is? You want him to kind of be a little bit of a dick? Is that it? What's missing?
Not all.
He's too nice. He's great. He's good looking. Great job. He's so nice. Treats me well. But I just didn't feel the click. You want the jerk. You want the bad boy. You want the guy with a bit of edge. That's dysfunction. Just saying.
I don't actually.
Oh, okay.
And I've never had that. I've never had like, a responsible man that wants goals that way. And I think that's my problem.
Can I say? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think you don't actually have to have anything in common, kind of like what you're saying, Brian, because like the longer you're together, like their hobbies become your hobbies. Like I knew nothing about cars. Now I think I know quite a bit. I used to be very fit and sporty, and he's not, but yeah, we just, we gave each other the time. Yeah. Like we gave each other a chance, and it worked out really great.
Yeah. And on that note about a lot of women now wanting that sort of bad boy side to men, I do think that a lot of women who have been in and out of toxic relationships, it's not an excuse. Everybody needs to take accountability for their actions. They are attracted to those sort of things. So a lot of women will confuse pressure and they will confuse the anxious attachment for what is good for them. I also think part of why we are having all of this problem with women and men, really everyone kind of having all these, I have to have this, but one not being that themselves and embodying that themselves. And I just think it's a problem with social media a lot. Yeah. I think we are kind of all up in our heads thinking, I can get this. That the reality of that is so small. It's really small. And also if they were to exist, everything that you have on your paper,
sure, very
likely they wouldn't.
We see so many things that we think we want because it looks perfect and something that we want, even though usually it's not that.
Sure. Papa Penguin is being a massive cuck, so I'll respond to him in just a moment. But first, Pasty gets priority.
Pasty George donated $200. I do not agree with Papa Penguin's comment that whatever podcast is content without substance. I believe this podcast is essential for men, especially nowadays with today's feministic women. Neatards.
Yo, Pacey George, I do appreciate that. Yeah, this idea, I don't understand, like, in terms of the other media that's available out there too, okay, so pretty much everything on Netflix, everything on cable TV, this idea that the conversations that are being had on this podcast are lacking in substance comparatively to the, like, 99% of the other media that's available. Like, you look at the consumption. By the way, I like sports. I don't really watch much sports. I maybe watch the Super Bowl, maybe watch some NFL highlights. That's about it. And I'm not making a criticism of sports, but like, it's very entertaining. It's fun to watch. It's exciting. That's not like, in terms of intellectual depth, like football. It's not. It's just fun. It's fun entertainment. But like, that's mass consumed media. This idea that media necessarily has to have some depth, I reject the premise, Penguin, but then I would also reject that the show doesn't have depth. The show has massive depth. We get into like the most pressing issues, big labia matter, of our time. We get into the most pressing issues. We talk, mostly it's about dating, but we get into politics and this other stuff. Since you're being a little whiny brat though, Papa Penguin, Felicity, read these for me.
We're seeing a complete generation of young men and women walking away from each other. Birth rates are crashing. You're feeding that hate. That isn't good for anything that resembles rational thought.
Hold on, dude. No offense, Penguin. You're mods. You don't have to ban him, but he's just retarded.
No.
Penguin. You think birth rates were straight line, and then whatever podcast comes out in 2022, and then the birth rates were crashing? No fucking retard. Birth rates have been crashing. I don't know how old you are. Probably before you were. I don't know. Wait.